Hey, what's going on, WCReplays.com? This is Orange back again doing another audio. This is my first audio of the holidays, actually. Wow, that's really low. Just increasing the volume here. That should work. Yeah, sorry, I got this new mic. Well, it's not really new. I don't really use this one because it's kind of shitty. And as you can tell, yeah, the sound quality is not as good, and you can probably hear my breathing or whatever. So, not cool. I don't know. It just works though, because my other one's back at my place in the TO, and I really don't actually have access to that place until I go back for school, which is on strike. So, hence the crappy microphone. Today I will be showing you a couple strategies, a couple ways to do this strategy, which is the Priest of the Moon mass hunts, which I've been using a lot lately. Well, not lately, because I haven't really played much over the holidays, but, I don't know, I use it quite a bit because it's hilarious. And, yeah, I'm actually going to start an account and see how far I can go with Priest of the Moon mass hunts and not lose. Yeah. So, get the replay paused at the 45-second mark, and I'll talk about some other stuff. When I get back to my humble abode out east, I will actually be doing some shoutcasts. Yeah. That will happen. That'll be good times. It'll be a member cast. It won't be like, well, this is how a pro player plays, and this is what pro players do to pro players. But, someone's bothering me on MSN. Who is this? You may be pleased to know. Oh, this is not what you guys should hear. Hold on, I'll pause. Okay, so, yeah. She understands, and yes, it's a she. She's actually staff. What, recording? Sure am. Alright. Those are pretty retarded shoutouts, actually. Wow. Don't read this out loud, then. I almost did. Yeah, I'm reading most of this in the audio. Almost typed the twice. Okay, so, yeah, I'll be doing some showcasts when I get back to doing stuff and things. We'll get this unpaused in 3, 2, 1, unpause. So, he's doing the basic Huntress build. She said, that's worrying, last night was fine. It sure was. I didn't think you could bend that way. I swear to God, this is an actual conversation. Okay. So Axlav, doing sort of standard Priest of the Moon mass huntness, and what he's going to be doing is he's actually going to be doing tier 3 hunts, which is actually a lot more deadly. And what you need to do is to gain an advantage first. She says, yeah, well. Alright, well, and yeah, we'll get to that. And basically, if you look at the top, the scouting wisp at the top, there is an area where you can build a tree of life, which is pretty sweet. Basically, this strategy is the anti-fast expo, but you also need to know that, like, how to use it against rifles. Because what a lot of human players will do is actually switch to rifles with sorceress and actually try and dominate you with that. The way that Yaz does it is not the proper way to do it. And I will tell you why, for many, many reasons. Don't attack the farm. That's pretty useless. You might as well just, like, wait for your first hunters to come out and pound it down with that, and then, you know, rally the rest of your hunters to your hero. 'Cause it'll die eventually. Just, like, don't dwell on it, because it might ruin your harass. Depending on what level you play at, some people will actually decide to power build their altar. Generally at the higher levels, that's what they do, just so they can get the early creep off and not be harassed. So really, what they actually do is they jeopardize some of their smaller units, such as peasants, and sometimes footmen will get in the crossfires as well. It depends what map it's on, really, because it's more on Twisted Meadows that. Yeah, it's more on Twisted Meadows that they decide to creep bigger camps, and they will jeopardize some footmen in that sense. So he's got the 2 Ancients of War up, he's got his Moonwells going. I generally build a lot more Wisps. Oh, that's a smart move to use Hide, just so you can stick closer to their hero, not take any damage, and they probably won't have dusts. Yeah, I really shouldn't be reading that part of the conversation. I probably shouldn't have read the other part either. Smart of Yaz to actually stall before getting the last hit. That's just smart play. Same with Deadowing the Wisp. So Yaz has decided to actually power build the blacksmith. Nothing too big. See, Axe level is already taking down the farm. It's gonna die. Always get Ultravision, because Ultravision actually really helps with the harassment. It's a good early game tool, it's decent for late game as well, but basically what it allows you to do is have your daytime vision at night, which is pretty important because it gives you like twice the sight range. Yeah, I enjoy it myself. Anywho, what a lot of human players will also do is they will also, I should really turn my sound off, is they will also build a couple towers on their base, and really all you need to do is when you hit, I don't know, like, well, your basic 50 food mix will be a couple glaive throwers and a bunch of hunters then. And if they're not getting towers, then don't bother getting hunters, or getting glaive throwers, my bad. Do get huntress. Because the only thing that you'll be trying to do with those hunters then, or the glaive throwers, wow, mixing up my words, is you will be trying to take out either towers or casters, or various buildings while you're attacking someone. So they're pretty useless in that sense. You'll notice he hasn't started his tech, he's actually getting his expo up first. Gets a footman kill, that's nice. And he's chasing the Archmage. And basically, this is playing out the way most of them play out. The human player will creep. Generally, they may or may not get to level 3. In this case, he did not get to level 3. And then what the human player will do is they'll either go with a Mountain King, or they'll go with a Naga, or some other random hero. And in this case, Yaz goes for the random hero. And he goes for the Alchemist. Now, this is actually one of your worst options. The next worst is actually the Tinker, which Yaz did in the next game, I believe. Don't go Alchemist. The only thing you will get is Acid Bomb that is actually fairly useful. And I guess he uses Healing Spray fairly well this game, but other than that, it's pretty useless. I mean, the -3 armor with a bunch of damage, sure, that's sort of useful, but not really. It's not as useful as, say, a Quill Beast would be if you got the Beastmaster, so you could actually, you know, take out Huntress as opposed to just weaken them a little more than usual. Plus, summoning heroes always pretty handy. Unless, you know, they're smart and they decide to tech and go to Dryads, but you should be able to end the game before they even get ample Dryads. I have a game sometime that I've played in a tournament. I forget who I played. It was just some random noob. And yes, it was a noob. Missing a footman kill there. Snag it. There you go. So basically, when you've got a bunch of stuff, we can pull it back. Obviously, you don't want to lose as many Huntress because giving them hero levels on the Archmage is actually really, really bad. You'll notice the Expo is actually now walking over. That's just good foresight.